Hey boys, it's HarmNone. Today we are filming the 125,000 subscribers Q&A. This will be going out probably the day after I record this, which is actually my birthday. So that is pretty cool. Obviously, if you guys are seeing this is on the live channel. If you wouldn't mind subscribing to this channel, that would help me out a lot. I'm trying to get this to a K and then obviously up from there, but starting small with 1,000 subs. So anyway guys, welcome to the channel, and we're gonna go ahead and get right into this Q&A, starting off with a pretty heavily asked question. Actually, in my comments, I get this one, and it is, what is my opinion on the man that I can't really say the name of on YouTube, probably because they'll get mad at me, but I'm gonna say it anyways, Andrew Tate. I do not dislike Andrew Tate. I actually like Andrew Tate a lot. I think that he's got a lot of good things to say. I think that the things that people get their opinions from on him, especially if it's a negative opinion, they've watched something that's either been cut up way too much, or that's been taken completely out of context by being in a clip that's, you know, say 30 seconds long on TikTok or something, or Instagram Reels. And they've got kind of the wrong idea of the guy. I don't think that he's a bad man. I don't think that he has done any of the things that he's accused of, and well, the evidence would agree with me, because there is no evidence as to why he's in prison right now. So he should be let out immediately. It's unjust to keep somebody who's not been charged in prison. Same with his brother Tristan. Neither of them deserve to be in prison right now. And for anybody who's about to comment, but he's a human trafficker, show me the evidence, and if the evidence is there, I will agree with you, but you have to show me the evidence. You can't just say what the news told you. I like Andrew Tate. I think he's a good guy. He's helped me out a lot to kind of get my mindset right and things like that. I think that he is a very important figure, especially for younger male figures such as myself. So I like the guy. I don't think there's anything, you know, super bad about him. Do I agree with everything that he's ever said? No, but most of the things that he said that offend people, I think was satire and that he was joking. So anyways, that's my opinion on Andrew Tate. Let's move on to the next question. The next question comes from Curry King Worst, one of my OG subscribers who's been here since well before I was at 1,000 subs. So he's got a few questions for me, and I'm happy to answer. Curry says, what other games do you play, and are they entertaining for videos? He's referring to my second channel, obviously, that you guys are watching right now. I play quite a bit. It's mostly GTA. GTA is the game that I play the absolute most, I would say. Obviously, I am a GTA YouTuber, so that kind of goes hand in hand. But outside of GTA, I've been playing Counter-Strike Global Offensive a lot recently. I used to play it when I was like 14, 15, a ton actually. I was super good at the game, and I'm trying to get back to that point. I think the CS is it's just a fun game, and it's also peaking in popularity right now, which is kind of crazy. You know, more than 10 years after its initial release, so pretty insane. That's a game that I'm probably going to be live streaming once I start streaming, probably, you know, towards the end of April sometime. That's my estimate for when I'm going to start streaming. I think CS is a super fun game. I can't wait to make videos on it. I can't wait to live stream it for you guys. I think it's going to be a lot of fun to make videos on there. I was also playing Warzone, as you guys probably saw with my shorts on the main channel, but I stopped because I think that game is just hopeless, and it's not even just because I'm not the greatest at it. I feel like I'm pretty decent at it. I'm at least average, but it's just, I don't know, Warzone 2 just is not as fun as Warzone 1, unfortunately. So, and there's one other game that I've been playing quite a bit by myself, is Ark Survival Evolved. I've been playing on a solo world. I've been enjoying that. I might make videos on that game eventually, maybe sometime. I think it's super fun. I love survival games like that, so I enjoy Ark a lot. But yeah, I could definitely see some Ark maybe coming to the channel too. But that's pretty much all I've been playing. I've been pretty heavily focused on making videos and stuff like that, so I haven't had too much time to play anything else other than GTA. So there you go. Curry also asks, would you consider doing a face cam? Yes, I would consider doing a face cam, especially once I start streaming. I'm going to buy a face cam and everything and get that all set up for when I do live stream, because I think it's going to be just a lot more entertaining for everybody to be able to see my reactions and my face and everything. I will definitely do that. So thank you for the questions, Curry. I appreciate you. Always appreciate you supporting the channel. I really do. So thank you. Next up, we have Nino asking, what is my favorite GTA GTA update, and what would I like to see in the next one? I think my favorite GTA update is either the bikers update, cunning stunts, or the nightlife update that included the nightclub. Tuners was cool too, so was the contract, but the nightclub is like the best business in the game and I absolutely love it. Bikers was super fun. That was like kind of the first like businessy like sort of update, other than like the CEO cargo one as well. Executives and other criminals. That was a good update too, actually. I remember when the High Life update came out, like in 2014 or 15. I remember that was like, I was super happy with that update. That was when the Zentorno got released. I'd say overall though, my favorite, the one that I've had the most fun with is Cunning Stunts, I think. NPC and I and Twingo, we used to play the Cunning Stunts, like stunt races, all the time in the summer of 2017. It was like the greatest summer of like playing games with friends like ever. That summer was like unmatched, and I remember it was just so much fun. So Cunning Stunts, I would say, is my favorite DLC. And what would I like to see in the next one? More cars. That's always something that I want to see, is more cars. A new business would be nice. I don't know what they'd make it out of. I mean, the Acid Lab was a cool addition to the game. It sounds like the next DLC is going to be the Drug Wars Part 2. So hopefully some other sort of business. That'd be really cool. I hope they add another business. It's not just, you know, sticking with the Acid Lab. I think that getting something else that we could do would be absolutely awesome, but I guess we'll have to see. Maybe we'll get a heist with it, actually. I could totally see Dax and the gang like kind of getting a heist together. I think that'd be kind of interesting. So yeah, more cars though, a new business, you know, the usual sort of thing. Thanks for the question. RNG Racing said, what made you start wanting to make content? I've been a content creator for years, actually. In like 2016, I actually started making GTA videos under a completely different name. The channel's since been deleted and I got rid of it entirely. But I started making GTA and Counter-Strike videos years and years ago, and they did like okay at the time. Like I remember I did a Tempesta customization. They got like 8,000 views. There's a chance that some of you guys have even seen it now that I think about it, really. So I've kind of always wanted to make content. I grew up watching a lot of content creators. I used to play Call of Duty when I was younger, and I remember watching like all the COD creators. Like there's like White Boy 7th Street and a bunch of people like that. And I would always watch them and I'd be like, man, if only I could do this. Like, this would be such a sick job. I wish I could do this. And then basically it got to a boiling point where it's like, I hated working like horrible jobs. Like I worked construction for a while, and I also worked at Home Depot when I was younger. And I've done a lot of jobs in my life that I really did not like. And I don't know, maybe it's just that I worked the wrong jobs, things that didn't interest me that much. It made me like, man, I cannot do this for the rest of my life. I'm gonna have to do something. And then so I went all in during COVID on starting this channel, and I was just like praying like, man, I hope this works. And that's, yeah, I mean, I've always been passionate about making videos and stuff like that. I think that it's kind of something that I was meant to do almost. So I guess that's really what made me do it, is like, you know, hopefully making a job out of it one day. But for the, you know, initial 7 months that I was doing it, I didn't make a cent off of YouTube at all. It was all like daily uploads for 7 months. But then when I finally got monetized, I was like, okay, I've got to take this all the way, and we got to get to, you know, 100,000 subscribers, 1 million subscribers, stuff like that. And now, you know, almost 3 years later, we're here. So it's pretty cool to see. Definitely pretty cool to see. Thank you for the question, RNG. Next question, we got Team. I think I said your name right. What do you do when you're not gaming? A lot of my day does get taken up by making videos and stuff like that. What I do when I'm not gaming though, I like to travel. I don't go very far from where I initially live, but I'll go down to you know, down to the city, or I live in British Columbia, Canada. I know that was probably a pretty heavily asked question, but I live in British Columbia, Canada. I'll go and visit Vancouver Island. I'll go down to Vancouver and, you know, go shopping, stuff like that. I like to explore and stuff, although I don't get that much of a chance to. It has been winter time here, so that's kind of limited my exploration abilities. But yeah, I like to go out. I like to hang out with friends. I like to drive cars. I like to drive my cars. That's honestly something that I really enjoy and that I don't get to do enough of. It has been winter time, like I said, so it's been kind of hard to drive my cars. But yeah, I don't know, I like to get out. I like to see people. I like to go hang out. I hate going to like bars and stuff though. Like I hate that. when I say go out, I mean like go to the mall or something, and like go to the beach, stuff like that. I hate going to like clubs and stuff like that. I just think it's such a waste of time, honestly. But yeah, that's kind of what I do. I'm really trying to think. I don't actually do all that much. You'd be surprised. Like I'm mostly focused on the grind and making videos and stuff like that, and like getting ready to like hopefully buy a house within the next couple of years. So that's really what I'm focused on. I'm just on my grind right now. But yeah, I like hanging out with friends. I like going out. I like spending time with my girlfriend, with my family, with my close friends and everything like that. So yeah, that's what I like to do. Thanks for the question. Next up, we have Jogue the Rogue, another OG subscriber to my channel. He said, what was your biggest obstacle to overcome while on the road to 100,000 subs? I'd say it's been different obstacles for the different milestones. Like probably my biggest from 1,000 subs to I'd say like 7,000 subs. Am I wasting my time here? Like, is this ever actually going to turn into anything like substantial? And you know, you can say like, well, bro, you had 7,000 subs, like that's something to be proud of for sure. And I was like, yeah, but like, you know, I wanted more type of thing. And I remember when I would go to bed during that time, I was like, I'd get like almost like terrors in the night where I'd be like, bro, like, am I doing this for nothing? Like, should I be focused on doing something else? Should I switch up and, I don't know, go and just get a regular job too, like a regular full-time job? Because I was working, but a regular full-time job as well, and just, you know, quit this and start focusing on something else. And I was just like, man, no, I have to keep going with this. I have to keep going. That's the only way it's going to pay off. And like, that was a huge obstacle. It's just like the self-doubt. And then I'd say from 7 to like 40,000, I was like, it was like going well. Like it was all good. Like it was just the biggest obstacle was just being patient and just waiting to, you know, during that time, it was between updates. It was between the contract DLC and it was between the criminal enterprises DLC in the summer. And in that time, like the channel was growing really well and everything, but I was just like, man, I want to hit 100K like so bad. Like that was the next thing. And I remember just having to be so patient and just wait and make sure that I made the videos and grinded it out and everything like that. And then I'd say from like 40,000 to 100,000, there wasn't really that many obstacles, except my life has been a lot more busy during that time, because I've been moving around and stuff like that. My girlfriend has been around me and everything, and there's been some complications as to like living arrangements and stuff like that. So like I'd be having to go to her place and I'd have to come back here and she'd have to come with me, and like, I don't know, it's just like harder to get a grasp on like the time to make my videos and stuff like that. But it's all been figured out and everything went well, and obviously it all worked out. I never missed a day of uploading or anything. But yeah, that was probably the biggest obstacle that I faced, was just not having the time set aside to just make my videos type of thing. So we've got to figure it out now though, so that's what matters. Thank you for the question, Jogue. I appreciate you a lot, my brother. Next up, we have Red Lupo, another OG subscriber to the channel. What's my go-to snack or candy? Man, go-to snack are Lay's Poppables, I would say. They're like a chip, but they're like a little circle. Probably Americans will know what I'm talking about. Canadians will probably know what I'm talking about, but I don't think they're super popular, but they're very good. They're like better than chips, honestly. Even though they are chips, they're just a different kind of style of chips. But those are really good. Ruffles sour cream and onion too. Slapper. As far as candy goes, I like Aero bars a lot. Kit Kats are good. I also like the Maynard's, the sour watermelon candies. Those things are super good too. Or the grape Sour Patch Kids. Those are also really good. So thanks for the question, Lupo. Appreciate you, brother. Viking asks, will there ever be a face reveal? I'll put one on screen right now. I have done a face reveal. I did one for 100,000 subs on my Instagram. But a lot of you guys probably don't follow me on my Instagram. If you want to, it's at HarmNone2313. But I did one of those for just over 100K. I was at like 114,000 when I posted it, I think. So yeah, this is what I look like. This is me. This is me with two of my cars. That's what I look like. Next up, we have a question from Poppy Chulo Chad. Do I have any projects I'm working on with my car? He's referring to the G37 that you guys saw in the picture there. And what would be my next car if I was to get one? With the G37, it's been parked for the winter. I did get new tires for it. I got Continental somethings, PS4S's or something like that, or PSO4s. WS04s, something like that. I got new tires for the car. It needed them badly. I've been toying with the idea of putting an exhaust on the car because I want to have a car that's like louder for the summer. I think that's just something that I want. It's just like kind of just sounds a little better for the summer, so maybe an exhaust, that would be cool. I was also looking at getting new cars, like just a car that sounded better and that was maybe a little bit faster than the G37, because it's honestly slow now. I don't know, I feel like that car's not that fast. If I was to get a new car, I've been looking at BMW M4s, like the 2016 to 2019 sort of thing, that area. Obviously I'd like the brand new ones, like the G80, the G82s. Those are insane, but they're really expensive right now, and I don't know, if I was gonna spend that much money, I could also get like a Mercedes AMG GT or GTS, which I've been looking at. Those are really nice cars. I could totally get one of those as well. So that would be interesting. I've been looking at the Shelby GT350s. I've been toying with the idea of buying one of those for a long time, but yeah, I don't know, that's something that I was looking at. But yeah, there's a lot of cars out there that I really like. I mean, a C63 too. I was looking at one of those a lot. I really wanted a C63. I still do really want a C63. They're a little more affordable. I could get one of those too, but I'm kind of just holding out right now because I am trying to buy a house. So having a third car right now, it wouldn't make that much sense. So we'll have to see, but those are the cars that I'm kind of looking at. So appreciate you, appreciate the question. On to the next one. Next up, we have John Fitzgerald Kennedy asking, what are my most memorable moments? I remember everything. I remember the whole thing. I remember hitting 100 subs. It was August 11th, 2020. It was when the Los Santos Summer Special DLC came out. I remember that was my most successful day on YouTube at the time. I got like 13,000 views in a day, and I thought it was over. I thought I made it. I thought I was lighting the world on fire. It was pretty good. That's probably where some of my OG subscribers actually came from, probably like Curry and everybody. I think that was at least the catalyst for you guys being able to even find my channel. So yeah, the Summer Special DLC was crazy. I remember I hit 100 subs, and then I hit 200 like later in the day, or maybe it was the next day. And I remember like the slow rise through like October, and then in November things started picking up just before the Cayo Perico Heist DLC, and then with that DLC I hit 1,000 subs, which was nice. Then I got monetized on December 23rd, I think it was. Maybe it was the 27th. I think it was the 27th. And then, yeah, at the 1 year anniversary of the channel, I hit like 2,000 subs like the day of, which was pretty cool. And then I remember I hit 5,000 subs in like October or something of 2021. And then in December 2021, when the Contract DLC came out, I was like at almost 7,000 subs right before the DLC released. And then that DLC did crazy numbers for me. And then that's where the channel really picked up. And then I hit 10,000 on February 9th, 2022. I hit 25,000 on April 27th, I think it was. And then on May 21st, 2021 was the 2 year anniversary. And I think that I hit, I think I was at like 33,000 subs, which was crazy. And then I hit 100,000 on November 21st of 2022, which was pretty cool because that was exactly 2.5 years after I had made my first video, like exactly 2.5 years. That was really cool to hit that on that day. And then obviously we're at 125k now, actually 127. We just hit it. So yeah, it's been a journey. I remember it all. It's been incredible. It's been great to experience this, and I'm so glad that I can remember everything, and you know, it helps to put in perspective where I am now. So yeah, it's pretty cool. My most memorable moments was the whole time, and hitting the milestones was for sure very memorable. So thank you for the question. That was a good one. Next up, we have Caden, and he asked, how do I stay motivated and in high spirits? Truth is I don't always stay motivated, and I'm not always in high spirits. I try to be, you know, a glass half full type of guy. Like, you know, I try to see the positive in things. I try to stay positive. I try to not let myself get down and stuff like that. But sometimes, you know, it's sometimes it's easy to think like, you know, you aren't doing super good or whatever. The bottom line is one day you will have a reason to be sad. You will have a reason to not be motivated, and until that day comes, you should do everything in your power to stay motivated and, you know, do the absolute best you can and be happy and live your life to the absolute fullest, because there is going to be a day where you're not going to be able to anymore. You know, somebody's gonna pass away. You know, your health could, you know, diminish. You could get sick, things like that. And you know, until that day comes, you should be absolutely overjoyed that you are even alive. And that is how I try to stay in good spirits. It's just by thinking that. And I heard that from Andrew Tate, so shout out to him. Next up, we have a question from Hotch Kiss. What was the first car I got in GTA, and what garage was it stored in? I got a Buffalo. A Buffalo was my first car, just off the street. I stole it. First car that I bought, I remember Rockstar gave every player 500 grand in GTA because of the whole mess with GTA Online, and like the first couple days of online were like hell. Like you couldn't even get online. It was so bad. But yeah, the first car that I bought was a Coquette. I made it blue and black. I thought that it looked pretty sick, and I stored it in the Del Perro Heights garage, which is the best apartment in GTA. So there you go. Thanks for the question. Bernardo asks, any chance to join your crew on PC? Yes, anyone can join my crew. Anybody. It's 2313 WM. So go ahead and join any platform that you're on. Join the crew if you want to. Next question we have from Matic, I think is how I'm going to choose to say your name. And he asks, will you do daily vlogs featuring you and your girlfriend? I could definitely see that happening in the near future. That would be something that would be really fun to do. And I could see it happening, in all honesty. So yeah, you could probably expect that maybe in the next year, maybe 2 years, you could probably see that happening, I would say. Thank you for the question. That was a good one. Next up, we have Jester. Will I do another series like Out the Mud? Yes. Out the Mud is not over, by the way. I know it's been a while since I made the last video. A lot of you guys are asking when the next Out the Mud is. I'm going to be trying to record an episode maybe tomorrow night. We're going to see how that goes. I have to do the update week and everything, and I'm also going out for my birthday, like dinner and everything. So we'll see if I get a chance to record an Out the Mud video. Hopefully I do. I know you guys have been asking for that a lot, and I'm sorry that I haven't been able to put one out. But you can expect Out the Mud to, you know, it's still going to be a thing. When Out the Mud ends, you can always expect me to make a new Out the Mud series, you know, in the future. So thank you for the question. And now we have our last question. Sorry if I didn't get to your question. There's so many questions this time, guys, and I tried to pick some of the best ones. And hopefully, you know, next time we do the Q&A, if I missed your question, if you comment again, hopefully I will get to your question. The last question is from Stan. He says, if Rockstar gave you the power to suggest one feature to add into GTA 6, what would it be? I would like for GTA 6, I think I don't know if it's technically a feature, but I think that the biggest thing that I want to see in GTA 6 is an absolutely gargantuanly huge map. Just huge. Like, I want a map that's like 15, 16, 17, 18 times the size of the GTA 5 map, because GTA 5's map, for what it is, it seems big, but after you've been playing this map for as long as I have, you know, since, you know, 2013, this map is tiny. It really is not a big map. It seems big when you first get into it, and people would argue with me and say that it is actually a huge map, and to a degree, yes, it absolutely is, but I want to see a map that's just so huge. If they could make a map that's like, you know, 15, 20 times the size of the GTA 5 map, that would make me absolutely overjoyed. I'd like to see something like that. I'd like to see a map with like multiple islands and stuff that you can only get to by planes or boats. I think that would be really cool. Or if they're like big islands, maybe they can be joined by like a huge bridge or something. That would also be cool. I just want to see a big map. That's the number one thing I want in GTA 6 is a big map. That's honestly my only real request, is that it's a big map, and I'm sure that it's going to be. I think the Red Dead 2 map was like 1.5, maybe 2 times the size of the GTA 5 map. So I think GTA 6's map is obviously going to be probably bigger than Red Dead's map, because Red Dead was made for the Xbox One and PlayStation 4 in mind. So, you know, for GTA 6, it's going to be made with, you know, the Xbox Series X and the PS5 in mind, which are much better consoles, power wise and everything like that. So hopefully it's like 4 times the size of the map of the GTA 5 map. I think that's a realistic expectation. I really hope that is the case. I really, really hope so. Fingers crossed. That's what I want to see in GTA 6. If that's one thing I could request of Rockstar, is just make a huge map. That's it. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for all the questions. I appreciated every single one of you guys asking all of these. If you enjoyed this Q&A, leave a like. If not, dislike. like, of course. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. And I will see you guys in the next video, whether that's on the main channel or the live channel. Anyway, guys, take care. Peace.